everyone. Good morning to everyone. And welcome to this little ceremony, if you may call it that, the media Christmas launch that we normally have every year, except for, of course, the period where the virus was in charge. And of course, that was a lockdown period for everybody and everything. And of course, the session today too would be for our president to give an overview of what happened in 2023 and an insight into the 2024 program and list of activities, cricketing activities, as it were, for our cricketing calendar. We will begin the program as usual with the prayer, and I want to invite Rajiv Ramnath to come forward and lead us in prayer. All right. Thanks, Rajiv.
Good morning, everyone. You all can stand for the morning prayer. Almighty God, we thank you for assembling us today in harmony and in brotherhood. We ask, dear God, that as we attempt to carry out our mandate of serving humanity through cricket, you will guide us in our deliberations, inspire us, and be the cornerstone of all that we build. Let us with serenity accept in your name the things we cannot change. Let us with conviction summon the courage to change the things we can, and let us have the wisdom to make the right choices. Dear God, harmonize our thoughts and action, guide us in all that we say and all that we do. And at the end of the day, may our decisions be pleasing to you, satisfy to ourselves and all those who serve us we labor. In your name we pray. Amen.
Right, thanks very much, Rajiv. People could have their seats. Let me take the opportunity to welcome the media, all the various media houses. Thank you for accepting the invitation to be here this morning. Members of the President of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board, Mr. Azim Basarat, Third Vice President, Mr. Parashram Singh, Executive Members, Stephen Ramkisoon, Joseph Sam Philip, Frank Simmons, so far, Media Officer of the TTCB Zaid Mohammed, and our staffers from the upstairs, Tyrese and Brittany. The team officials of the under 23 teams, managers and coaches, and our players who are present here this morning to share this occasion with us. 2023, of course, was a year filled of cricketing activities, and it seems as though internationally cricket is being played all year round now. It's don't have a dry season for cricket and a wet season for football. Internationally, there's cricket all year round, both at the official ICC level and the various franchises all over the world. We try to fit our cricketing activities within the calendar also, and not within the dry season, because all can't fit inside there. And the cricket has expanded a great deal from what it was pre-COVID. We have, apart from the club competitions at the zone and the national and the Premier League, we have the interzone tournaments at the various age groups, under 13, under 15, under 17, under 19. We have the 14 tournaments now, a recent in addition to our cricketing calendar. We have the North-South games in all of the age groups, and the North-South Classic also. And of course, we have the under-23, which is has just started competition that we are, the CWI is looking at because of the nearness of the players there to regional and international cricket. So we are here this morning to share some information, to share some information that the President will announce. So I want to, at this time, take the opportunity to invite our President, Mr. Ambassador, to make his remarks. Let's welcome Mr. Ambassador.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Officers and members of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board, members of the various under-23 teams, managers and coaches and captains, members of staff, members of the media, good morning and season's greetings to all. I'm very happy to see so many media houses here this morning, and I want to especially welcome my good friend Roxanne, who maybe is here for the first time. I would like to extend an extremely warm welcome and best wishes of the season to everyone for taking the time off from what is usually a very hectic time of the year to attend our event today. Traditionally, the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board has placed great importance on this annual media luncheon as a special occasion to inform, update, and account to the national community on the preceding year. As we all know, the end of the calendar year is a great time to reflect, analyze, and plan for the next 12 months, with an eye on making the adjustments necessary to improve in all areas of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board administrative operations. The overwhelming consensus is that 2023 has been a tremendous year for cricket, with several significant milestones to achieve, which has created great optimism on the threshold of the imminent season. The success of the Red Force senior men's team undoubtedly was the icing on the cake after an unprecedented 14 win in the regional CG United Super 50 Cup. In front of their home crowd, national captain Darren Bravo embellished his resume as a top batsman in the region when he lifted the trophy last month, surrounded by his teammates after an emphatic victory in the final against the Leeward Islands at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. The Red Force played unbeaten in the tournament and cupped the majority of the individual awards at stake for a truly dominant performance, including Mr. Darren Bravo with most runs. Staying on the regional stage, the national under-15 cricketers earlier this year set the standard by winning every single match they played in the CWI Rising Star under-15 tournament, which was held in Antigua. The youngsters were crowned unbeaten champions in their campaign with consistently remarkable performances that gave an eye-opening glimpse of the bright future which awaits them in the game. And if further evidence of the value and importance of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board Cricket Development Program was needed, our under-17 cricketers proved highly competitive in what turned out to be a tough CWI regional under-17 tournament. Playing at home, the under-17s showed admirable resilience and courage to emerge as runners-up in both the 50 overs and the two-day league competitions. All cricketers who aspire to represent Trinidad and Tobago were assured of the robust support of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board, and commendable results must justifiably praise when it is due. The accomplishments, though, would not have been possible without the hard work of the managers and coaches of the respective teams, as well as the administrative and logistical support of the Trinidad and Tobago National Executive and the office staff. Performances remain one critical component of the success we celebrate, but recognition must also be placed on the loyal and dedicated government, corporate, and individual supporters of the game. Collectively, they represent an acknowledgement of the crucial role partnerships with the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board plays in national and youth development. Standing out as beacons in this regard are the benefactors of the Interzone Age Group Championship, with Scotiabank committed to the under-13 and under-15 competition, the Price Club Supermarket underwriting the under-17s, and for the first time this year, Point Lisa Steel Products Limited coming on board for the under-19 tournament, and Tiger Tanks, Trinidad Unlimited, and Price Club Supermarket, who sponsored our under-13 bilateral tour with Guyana. The Price Club must also be lauded for their unstinted commitment, also raising their hand up to ensure the North-South Classics in every age group. This exemplary show of corporate responsibility is in more ways than one matched by the government and its agencies, namely the Ministry of Sport, the Sport Company of Trinidad and Tobago, and the Sports and Culture Fund of the Office of the Prime Minister. These friends of cricket continue to be embedded in the fortunes of the nation's cricketers by ensuring the preparation of national teams for regional engagements and providing timely grants for national and zonal competitions. I dare say, without this intervention, it would have been extremely challenging for the cricketers to realize their full potential and enable the Trinidad and Tobago flag to flutter in the Caribbean breeze and fill citizens with pride and joy. Also getting involved this season provide valuable opportunities and reward for the leading cricketers was a Paria Fuel Trading Company Limited for the popular T20 Festival, which was staged at the Brown Lara Cricket Academy. The Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board conducts its affairs also received a resounding vote of confidence, which resulted in several additional tournaments on the 2023 calendar, including Namalco sponsoring the Under-23 14 tournament and the Soca Kings franchise underwriting the Senior North-South Classic. The Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board is pleased to announce that the regional cricket organization, Cricket West Indies, has taken note of the emphasis we are placing on our under-23s, a pool of talent in which much has been invested, but who have not been provided with the opportunities they deserve. These are cricketers who have come through the ranks, with many having worn the national colors at the different age group levels, but have not been afforded the stage to press their claim for national selection. Now, following the lead of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board, Cricket West Indies is given serious consideration to include an under-23 tournament on its calendar of events for 2024, if funds and the available dates allow for it. As part of our function today, we are pleased to reveal that our Under-23 Cup will bowl off the new season on December 28th, and the final, a day-night fixture, will be played at the Brown Lara Cricket Academy on January the 6th. The Under-23 age group is the most talked about group of cricketers at the territorial level who have been identified as key to the reinvigorating regional cricket. Another notable achievement related to our cricket development is the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board Cricket Academy, which has been reintroduced or after funds were sourced from the Sports Company of Trinidad and Tobago. This innovative program spanned several weekends when a group of top under-20 cricketers engaged in elite training under leading coaches Bibidin Malik, Gibran Mohammed, and trainer Jared Garcia. They were being prepared at the Sir Frank Worrell Development Center next door to be the next generation of national cricketers who can rightfully claim a place on the regional team in all three formats of the game. The youngsters will graduate shortly and will be hosted in a fitting ceremony in the presence of their proud parents in this same space on Saturday. The Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board remains mindful of its mandate to develop the game by providing the best platform so that our young, talented cricketers can realize their full potential. Through its development program involving the respective age groups in competition among themselves and providing the best coaching, the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board has been able to remain ahead of the other CWI territories. This support also extends to the quickly growing women's participation, with Trinidad and Tobago also blazing a trail in development programs with the local Women's Association. Recently, in a meeting with senior CWI officials in Barbados, which I attended as CWI Vice President, West Indies women cricketers, including Captain Haley Matthews, singled out the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board for its unwavering support of their development more than any other territorial board. To add to our new initiative, we have secured sponsors for the first time ever for a 14 Girls Under 15 tournament to be played in April-May of 2024. We also have secured sponsors for a North-South secondary schools match, which will be played a week after the Intercal final. This game will be a 30 overs affair. Preceding this match will be a girls' North-South match also. A few months ago, the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board staged this annual prize-giving awards function, which was attended by Minister of Sports and Community Development, the Honorable Mrs. Shampa Kojo Lewis, and President of CWI, Dr. Kishore Shallow, and Director of Cricket, Mr. Miles Bascom. The gala event at the auditorium of Centrepoint Mall in Shoguanas was well attended, and everyone was impressed with its organization after an absence of a few years because of the COVID-19 virus. The special occasion was relished by the scores of cricketers and officials who received awards, and most on offer ever, for their outstanding performances during the last season. It was another striking success of the season, which demonstrated in no uncertain terms that cricketers were being justly recognized and rewarded for their talent and hard work. Just as we leave the 2023 season, the new year promises to be exciting and eventful, which will only be interpreted during the month of June, when the ICC T20 World Cup is staged in the Caribbean, with Trinidad and Tobago hopefully staging matches. Both on either side of this global event, local and regional tournaments will be in the spotlight, providing opportunities and entertainment like never before. The Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board can say with confidence that it has charted the course of the game on its upward trajectory following the stifling setback of the COVID-19 lockdown. The pandemic had the potential to seriously and fundamentally set back the development of hundreds of cricketers. The TTCB was cognizant of this fact, and even during the stagnation was working to put plans in place and make up on lost time and opportunities. We have been greatly successful in this huge project, and paving the way ahead was a recent retreat held by the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board, which considered our strategic plan 2023 to 2028 and an operational plan setting clear and attainable objectives. Our appreciation goes out to Dr. Alan Sami and Janet Small of the TTCB office for their prolonged effort to produce this strategic plan. The Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board has also set up a regulations committee comprising first Vice President Arjun Ramlal, General Secretary Altaf Bax, Chairman of the Premier League, Mr. Henry Chase, and Premier League Secretary Rajendra Purai to update this document. We can all agree that the game of cricket is always evolving, and the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board will not be caught napping in the slips and will always prepare for any eventuality in the interest of the game's stakeholders. As we approach what is considered a very special time of the year, we remain hopeful that 2024 will be filled with even better fortunes, both on and off the field, for each and every one. I thank you all again for your patience, as I thought it was very important that the activities of the Trinidad and Tobago not go unnoticed as the organization steadfastly pursues its mandate. In closing, let me take this opportunity to wish each and every one of you a very Merry Christmas and a bright and most rewarding New Year. On behalf of the executive and staff of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board and our three rescues, Nala, Tiger, and Lily, who have been with us since last year and have taken up permanent residence here with us at the National Cricket Center. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, thanks very much, Mr. Basarat, for that review of the 2023 season and that insight into what we could expect in 2024. I want to take the opportunity to recognize Tamara, who is somehow hiding behind Frank, but Tamara is one of the stalwarts in the cricket board office. I think everybody would know her by now. So, remarks from the president. I want to invite questions from the media on the presentation by the president a few minutes ago. Questions? Oh, you would come here.
All right, if there's no question.
Which series?
Oh, well, that haven't been venues for those tours. I think South Africa will be here, Bangladesh, and I think England may also be here sometime in November. Those venues haven't been finalized as yet, but as soon as it is finalized, the media will be even the images are even the regional tournaments. We would have seen some dates. Those dates are not finalized as yet. Some dates were scouted at a CWI meeting last week, Thursday. But because of the World Cup and the work infrastructure work that have to go in at various venues, just as work is taking place at the Branara Stadium, other venues across the Caribbean, work is taking place. So even those venues for matches haven't been finalized as yet. You see our National League, our Premier League tournament will start on February 2nd, I believe. And dates set for T20 Festival, the 4 age-group tournaments. All those dates have already been set, and I think the under 15 tournament is supposed to start around the end of January, January 24th, somewhere there. All right, well, thank you very much, gentlemen. If you want any further information, feel free to. And ladies, sorry. Okay, thanks.
Right, well, let me take the opportunity to thank all of you for attending and being part of this occasion. As we say before, the news for 2024 have been announced as far as cricket is concerned. It's still evolving. Venues and dates are still to be confirmed in some of the international fixtures. And of course, next year being a year of World Cup in the West Indies, we could expect that there could be, apart from what is being circulated, there could be some adjustments in arrangements because of things like weather and so on, right? But we look forward to all of you participating in our activities in your various roles in 2024. And I take the opportunity on behalf of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board to wish all a very safe and happy and merry Christmas season. Shop wisely and safely, and of course, a bright and prosperous 2024. I invite you on behalf of the board to stay for lunch with us. In fact, that is part of the reason for the occasion this morning, the media lunch. So thank you very much once again.